So my father's stuffing his mouth with these little Bubba burgers he gets from Sam's. And he's well fed. He's never missed a meal his entire life. That's what my mom said. My mom left him. And that hurts other people, especially the children. So he took me to Arkansas. We'd go to this Chinese restaurant with the low-life lady that he calls I guess my stepmom. And he stuffed himself so full he could barely breathe. He said, "I'm so full I can barely breathe." All I did was basically just have like a little plate of rice. That was about it. And when I was younger, the cafeteria lady would serve me not a full plate because my dad was pigging while I would try to have lunch. He wouldn't let me eat or develop properly. So when that happens, the sin goes from heaven, bounces off, and then it goes to the son. And the cafeteria lady is commanded by Satan not to give me all the food because the father has committed the sin of stuffing himself. So he wasn't allowing me to live. He'll do that probably 75, 76, and then his intestines will start to rot. That'll be about 6 or 7 years. I'll be a movie star and probably a rock star too, because his intestines can no longer handle the gluttony. And I will begin to blossom and succeed and develop, not only as an artist, but as one of the greatest men of all time. See, he let out a little laugh because he thinks he's a big churchgoer. And really, he worships Satan. He might give his life over to Jesus and become a saint. But he'll have to allow me to be a movie star and complete my career and get my family back. And a rock star and all that. My sister got a hold of me. She said, "You will never be an actor or musician, never be." Because she also follows Satan. See, Satan wants to put doubts in your mind that you can't accomplish your dream. Always follow the dream. You always follow the dream. That's why I'm passing Golden Triangle. The Golden Triangle represents something that's heavenly. But you always follow the dream. Always listen to God and follow your dream. If you want to be a movie star and a rock star, follow that dream. Just know that God will forgive you for the sins along the way. See, when my father hears something of the English language mispronounced, he goes like this. It's a slight tilt of the head. Just go like that. Because he judges. He thinks he understands. He doesn't understand the English language. He's nearly illiterate. He has no idea what the English language is about. It's probably the one thing that he does not understand at all. He mostly talks in kind of like Ebonics. He talks like a mentally challenged person. And sometimes he wears like this red hat. Now he wears a Vietnam hat. It says Vietnam Error because he's an error. And he never went over to Vietnam. He was just drafted because they felt sorry for him. The reason I'm here on this planet is because my mom felt sorry for him. She felt bad that he had to live with polio and that he was going to die by himself, which he will. And she allowed him to have the kids. And of course, at 9 years old, she couldn't put up with his farts and his gluttony. So she left him. So he has no wife. All the Vietnam vets are losers and will die on the street. There's a secret airplane. It goes stealth and go Mach. Right there. It can hold weaponry. It's part of the militia. It's part of the militia aircraft that's against the United States of America. It's the aircraft that's against the United States of America. They're forming a military. Got to be careful not to call them an army. We don't use the word Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, or National Coast Guard. We have new names for them. They have like libertarian, constitutionalist, all this stuff. They don't have the same name as what you know as the military, because the military is full of Satan. They're all on methamphetamine, and they're abusing meth as you speak. The Navy transports meth through FedEx, and they give it to their soldiers because they're trying to relive Hitler's dream Of course, the militia will stop them because they don't like Hitler. They call him Shitler because Hitler was wrong. But they'll certainly try. The United States of America is the most dangerous military in the world, and they all are on the side of Satan, and they'll abort your child. So be careful. When they knock on the door, knock, 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 they'll hear psst, psst. That's America. See America? America is stuck at Lane's Chicken. See America? They're stuck at Lane's Chicken, and they're trying to get their chicken. It was established in 1994. That's when America began. Right after I graduated high school, went to college, America began in 1994. That's when it was established, and we started eating chicken. See the guy right there? He's a sheriff of the militia. That means he denies the United States military and all police officers. He's got a star right there. He's actually a sheriff in the militia. One time, someone whistled Stairway to Heaven by Led Zeppelin. They whistled it when they were on this bridge. It happened a while back. They were whistling Stairway to Heaven. That guy's aggressive. He's one of the foot soldiers from militia right there. You see the star right there? He's a foot soldier. He's going over to the Alliance Airport to check in with some mock style airplanes. They actually go mock speed. They can drop like napalm all over the place. See that bird right there? I think I'm lying. See that bird? They can drop napalm because you can make napalm in the grocery store if you want to. It's right there in the Anarchist Cookbook. The Anarchist Cookbook is probably the most important book other than the Bible and Pilgrim's Progress. And it'll teach you everything you need to know to save your family. It's called the Anarchist Cookbook. You can get it in most libraries across the America. You can also get it on microfiche at the Library of Congress, and you can even buy it on Amazon and Google. They tried to censor it, but it's back in publication. The Anarchist Cookbook was published in 1971, and it's an instruction to how to save your family from Satan and America. In my version, you can die like an evil lamb, or you can rise up and defend your family with your own militia. This one's actually one of the best Rolling Stones songs, although a lot of the Rolling Stones songs are masterpieces. Gimme Shelter is probably their best song. There was a concert that they did on a speedway, and they made a documentary. I believe the documentary might have been called Gimme Shelter. And they decided they didn't want to use the police as security, like regular security. So they hired the Hells Angels to be security or frontmen to keep people from jumping up on stage and getting Mick Jagger. And a young boy lost his life because one of the Hells Angels pulled out a knife and stabbed him to death. They actually made the documentary when it happened. It was really out of control. If you ever see Gimme Shelter, I'll try to get you some information on that. But it's a very important documentary when it comes to music, and it shows just how crazy all the world was at that moment. But Gimme Shelter kind of is an anthem for that era. It's an anthem song. When we hear Gimme Shelter, we think of the Rolling Stones, but we also think of the entire 60s. It represents what was going on with Vietnam and Hells Angels and crime in America, drugs, and what Mick Jagger was going through and what the band was trying to suffer through. They kind of resurrected kind of a spirit on stage, and that sound is very hard to even imitate today. A lot of bands can't even get that kind of feel.